AFTV, we got Mo. Good to see you in the studio, Mo, in the flesh,
nice
man. Thanks for contributing in the games. We've been getting you live over the stream. 3-2 win today. Aubameyang didn't quite get that golden boot that he craved.
But we tried hard.
We tried hard to try and give it to him. It was like literally the whole second half was let's get him the golden boot, wasn't it?
We tried too hard actually, and that was a problem. Do you know what it reminds me? I remember once when I was playing for my university. It was last game of the season. This other guy was like 1 or 2 goals ahead of me in the golden boot race, and I stupidly said to the defenders who were marking me that game, I was like, I desperately need to score today, man. And they were like, why? I was like, I'm just 2 goals away from golden boot. And they're like, all right, we're both going to mark you non-stop now. And I was like, crap, what have I done? That's it. That's what they played for. They just knew every single time exactly what I'm going to be trying to do. I'm eyes for goal. My teammates, my friends were trying to feed me, and I still scored 1 goal, but I didn't get the golden boot. Much like Aubameyang today, I did something, but not enough. And I think, we were actually a bit too predictable because we were focusing everything on trying to get him that. And look, I love Aubameyang, so I wanted him to go and win the golden boot, but actually we should have been a little bit more professional, potentially in hindsight, because we ended up putting more pressure on the team than we needed to.
Because 3-0 up, comfortable. They brought it back to 3-2, I mean? We let them back in, and that was because really
we didn't kill the game off.
We didn't kill the game off because we were just trying to get Aubameyang to score.
I'm not saying that by us trying to feed Aubameyang means our defenders aren't going to defend properly or whatever. We can still concede goals.
Another penalty you're giving away today by David Luiz, a new record. I mean, we're saying the golden boot for Aubameyang. Maybe he should get the stone boot or something like that.
Something like that.
I mean, and again, you know what? It was shocking what he did. Right, but then again, I just look at our defence. We play our players into so much trouble. I mean, something that's really got to be fixed.
Yeah, the thing is, in football, often you'll praise the strikers or criticise the strikers for scoring or missing chances, and then you'll praise or criticise the defenders because either they'll put in a great last-ditch tackle or mess something up. Very often midfielders get away lightly, but I think today it was more the midfield than the defenders, because the amount of times Watford got the run on the midfield, there were players in between that pocket of space between our defence and our midfield. And I just thought the midfield just simply aren't stopping that wave of attack enough for our defence. Obviously, if the defence are going to be hit with wave after wave, they are going to feel pressured and be a little bit kind of against the cosh. And they didn't deal with it brilliantly, but you have to look at the midfield, and it wasn't enough today. So also I think they need to take their share of blame today. But as for David Luiz, I didn't want to sign him when we signed him. Obviously, sometimes we know what David Luiz is. Sometimes we're going to have some brilliant games, and other times it's going to be awful. But it's been awful way too much this season.
Five penalties given away.
And the thing
that's shocking, isn't it? And we've given him another year.
And for me, that's even more shocking, because what I was going to say about David Luiz is that you're giving away 1 penalty. That should start playing in your mind. You're giving away 2, 3. Now you've got to be like, I've got to be really careful in the box. But at what point is he going to learn? At what point is he going to learn? And even the thing that just makes me laugh is we saw him against Salah. You're up against one of the trickiest, best players in the league. He's just got the ball in the 6-yard box almost. What are you going to do? He goes in 2-footed lunges and he gets made to look like a fool because Salah just planted him on his ass. And luckily Martinez pulls off a great save. That could have easily been another penalty. And I just think that, at what point do you learn? At what point do you say, look, I've got to respect this player up against his tricky feet and all that sort of stuff? He just doesn't learn. And if he doesn't learn, at least the club hierarchy should learn. 5 penalties given away, but he's been rewarded with a new contract after that horror show that he put in. It just baffles me. It really baffles me. I just don't understand that decision. But, we just got to hope that David Luiz, you never know what he's going to
FA Cup final next weekend against Chelsea. One of the teams he gave away a penalty. Did he get sent off in that game? I can't remember, right? But the game against Chelsea again gave away another penalty. Was shocking in that one at Stamford Bridge. Chance though to redeem himself in the final next week. It's going to be tough. You're going to be up against Giroud, who's on fire at the moment as well.
Exactly. And with Giroud, he really is on form, and we know he loves the FA Cup final. We know he loves Wembley. And if I'm Olivier Giroud, I'm looking at the form I'm on, probably feeling like every time you do it, do whatever you want to do, it's going to go right. And you're looking at who you're up against, David Luiz, and you think, I'm fancying this, and that worries me. I really am worried about that.
We could though finish off the season with a smile.
Yeah, and look, we have to. I've always said that a club like Arsenal, you know, even in our difficult years, it's never ever made me doubt for a second just how big of a club we are. We always have to finish a trophy off with a season off with a trophy. It's just part of our DNA. We have to do it. And yeah, you can go and talk about, oh, look where we are in the league and all that sort of stuff. There'll be plenty of clubs that will finish above us in the league that won't win a trophy. For me, it's that trophy. It's adding to that honours board. That's what counts. You don't celebrate third, fourth, fifth place finishes. You know, I know for a long time Arsenal took a lot of stick about finishing fourth. I never celebrated finishing fourth. You appreciate the financial implications of it and the, you know, implications of attracting players because of the Champions League. But what really matters and what gives you those memories is winning FA Cups, winning trophies, and we have to go and do it. So, based on what I saw from us today, we need to put in a much, much better performance.
Can we win it?
Of course we can. You asked me that question about Man City, and I said to you, look, Man City are choppy, and anyone can fancy a, you know, upset against them on any given day. And same with Chelsea. You know, they just got battered by Liverpool 5-3, but they also showed some really good attacking promise in that game. And of course Arsenal can go and beat Chelsea. We've done it before, and hopefully
both teams going into it on the back of a win. So,
I haven't seen how Chelsea played today. I know that they won, but I'm sure their win would have been more convincing than ours, because ours wasn't convincing at all. And I am concerned about the form that we're carrying into that game. Even though we've just come back up for the win, our form isn't very good. But Wembley, FA Cup finals, it's all a showpiece, standalone occasion, and we need to go and pull it out of the bag. And I have faith that we will.
Nice.
Cheers, Robbie.
Robbie here from AFTV. We just got to say a big thank you to everybody who follows us across our various channels. Over 1 million followers on YouTube. Don't forget, you can now also catch us on Reddit. We're on Reddit, so get involved with us on Reddit and also on TikTok. Keep it AFTV, baby, right here.